you know that gospel in a bambag.
We are bringing true gospel.
JC Circle.
Gospel 100%.
Kumba uko JC Circle, you need miracle.
Alright.
You need miracle.
Wazena vijana mayouth man ghetto walete kwa Yesu
DJ Mix.
Ulizia uambiwe, shoya JC Circle likaliwe.
hii ni mbwaya wacha
Tunadai hatutoki. JC Circle.
Good morning, happy Madaraka Day. How are you this lovely Sunday? I hope you're good. My name is Stephanie Ayieta, and of course, I'm a new face to this show, but not in Y254. I'm here to sit in for Miriam Masava and Nix the DJ. They're out today, you know, it's a holiday, and, you know, we could do some changes, and delighted to be here today because it's going to be an amazing show for you, especially because we're going to talk about unsung heroes, we're going to talk about our independence, and we're going to see how even Jesus comes in through that. And with me for this very interesting conversation are two amazing guests. I will just introduce them. The first one is Tiana Nabi. She's a gospel artist, and she'll be telling us more about herself. Right next to Tiana is Jack War. He's the founder and executive director of Transformers organization in Mathare, and he's going to tell us, of course, what he does there. So let me start with you, Tiana.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm so very okay.
Great.
Thank you for having me on your hot seat.
Welcome, most welcome.
It's a very hot seat. Yeah.
It's not that hot.
Alright,
it's a very warm state, rather, you know. Yeah. So tell us, who's Tiana?
Okay, Tiana Nabi is a Cameroonian, an artist, a fashion designer, a teacher by profession, and to me, music is everything. Music could be gospel, it could be societal. It all depends on the theme which you're singing from, and at least let people in the society be able to communicate through your music, and you know, bring in what you're singing.
All right.
It's
What
all
do you?
about the lyrics.
Okay. Where do you come from?
I come from Cameroon, from the Anglophone speaking section, Bamenda to be more precise. Yeah.
All right.
English
Great.
speaking.
Great to have you. Let's get to you, Jack.
Hi, thank you so much. My name is Jack Owor. Many things in one.
Tell us about those many things.
First of all, I'm an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and I'm a software developer.
Okay.
Yes.
This entrepreneur, philanthropist, and software developer.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Now, before we get to all that you do as you, today is Madaraka Day in Kenya. Now that you are a Kenyan, tell us, what is it that is special about this day to you?
As a Kenyan, I would say Independent Day or Madaraka Day would be a moment that we get ourselves where we got independent. And I would like to see people need to remember where have we come from and what have we achieved as a nation. And based on what we can say, we've learned a lot. At the same time, we've also missed a lot.
Great. I'm just being corrected. My goodness, it's Mashujaa Day.
Yeah, Mashujaa. Yeah, Mashujaa. It's a Heroes Day. Heroes Day.
I've interchanged the two. It gets confusing, honestly, sometimes. Today is Mashujaa Day, and so we are celebrating our Shujaas, right?
Yes.
So who's your Shujaa?
My Shujaa would be my mom.
Your mom?
Yes.
Why is it your mom?
It's a good story. Even the Transformers you spoke about, I formed it because of my mom. My mom died on the 28th of August 2000.
Sorry.
And our last born Winnie died on 27th August 1999. They passed on because of HIV and AIDS. And that's why I formed Transformers Mathare organization to reduce stigma and to give a girl child a living in memory of these special people in my life. So if I see they're my Shujaa, That's why I'm doing all this I do in Madari because of them. So they are my shujaa.
Wow, amazing, amazing.
you.
So that's the story behind the Transformers,
That's
the
the story behind it,
inspiration
yeah, yes.
behind it. All right, let me ask you, Tiana. I know you're not Kenyan, you're Cameroonian, but what is the significance of having such a day to celebrate shujas? Shujas is the heroes. Is the Kenyan word for heroes. Yeah. Do you have a holiday such as that in your country?
We do. We do have holidays, although at times we have fixed some because of personal reasons. Yeah, we do have some big, powerful days because we want to put memories into ourselves. The people we've upheld, we uphold in our society. Someone like Ngano Francis, and I don't know if you know him, like the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Samuel Etofis, they've done great things, and we uphold them in our societies and and we really wish people out there could know that we uphold them because our community where we come from, such things, I really value the way he talks. Like what he's saying right now, it makes me feel like, wow, so you people really have a day for that. We just affix those days.
Okay.
It's not as if the government really give those days to us. No, we just
But you just put them there.
We just put them in place, and automatically we understand the days.
All right.
When they come forth, we just go through the wind.
All right. I think that's fairly okay also because it's us celebrating, knowing whether they've put a day or not, as long as you're celebrating it in your own way, that's fine. Let me go back to you, Jack. So you said Transformers organization started, or the reason behind it is because of your two heroes, right, who passed on because of HIV and AIDS, and you wanted to do something to stop the stigma. And I think you're also a hero because of that. That makes you a hero by yourself. So we celebrate you today and in Mashujaa Day. So Transformers organization, what is it that you do to make sure that the stigma ends?
Thank you. I think before even telling us what we do, why did I form it? I just told you the reason. So I told you that I didn't even say it. In high school, after I went to a seminary that I wanted to become a priest. So after graduating,
you wanted to be a priest?
Yes.
Interesting.
And I got myself to the university. I did philosophy and theology. But when I was in theology, after completing my theology, I was almost going to the priesthood. I was told, bro, you can't make it. I was taken back to the village. So I felt, oh. Then from the village, I got myself in Nairobi. And where did I get myself? With 2 degrees in the slums. And having seen all this happening, I just remember my mom. And I said, these girls and boys, what they're doing in the slums is not right. Let me start an organization, just transform their mind. So basically, that's why I started Transformers in 2019, registered as CBO. And what I did first, I was just making them come and sit down, talk to them about HIV, the stigma, and it was about just giving them food. And that was not enough. And I said, let me start starting a program. I started with just training them on car tailoring, so they're making good clothes. We are now making a lot of clothes, and then I have a workshop for those who are doing carpentry. I have a fully fledged workshop. And within this, during COVID, I was able to get a scholarship to do now software development. I was in Moringa School for 8 months. So I started I'm a full stack developer, so I develop applications, a website. So in that regard, I said, I've also learned something in coding. Let me start coding. So every Saturday, like yesterday, I have 10 students. So 4 are ladies and 6 are young youth who are boys. So I train them on basic coding, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python. That's what I do in this organization in the slums of Nairobi.
Wow. I really love it because you are empowering. You're doing such a good thing in the community that's empowering them, not just giving them handouts, something that they will go and then tomorrow they will still be in need, but you're empowering them, giving them something that is even being sought after in the society today, because when we look at how the world is going with technology and everything, you have given them something that's very valuable, that they can make something out of themselves. And I think that's really nice. So we continue to celebrate you again. Let me move to you, Tiana. Now, in your own capacity, how are you creating impact?
Well, I'm a philanthropist, and I have a band, aesthetic band, and most of the kids in the band are orphans, so they're
A
about
band?
10, a musical band.
Okay.
I call it aesthetic band, like beautiful voices, a beautiful band. So I had to, it's a way for me to pave way for upcoming artists in my country and make them, know that music is not only for those who are on the street. Because some parents, we do know that some parents know that music are for dropouts. You must be a drug addict before you do music. But music to me is the food of the soul, and we need to feed from it. And I believe that if you lead them well on the right track, their lyrics will be so enchanting and so breathtaking for people to also want to listen to youngsters sing. It's not just going to be a banger, So I had to pick them up. I had to handpick them up from a competition, and I was a jury. I was part of the jury, and doing my own little way, I had to pick them up. And before knowing it, most of them were orphans without me knowing. And it's to me, music is a source of escape. If you know what music really entails into the soul, you'll notice that whenever you're unhappy, you listen to music, it calms you down. Like it calms down your nerves and everything. So it was just my own little way for me to make them escape the pain of losing out on either of their parents or both parents. So that's just the most I do for the underprivileged and maybe orphans in my society and in my town.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really nice of you. So we also celebrate you.
Thank you so very
what
much.
you're doing to these young guys in Cameroon. They're not here in Kenya, but we still want people, right?
Thank you.
We still
Thank you
want
for
people.
real. I had to take off my shade so I should, have a glimpse of the guy who's talking about what he's done to his family. It's really an applause for him because, to come up with such an initiative is powerful.
It really is
powerful.
And change usually starts with us. So when people think of doing something, they want to look at who's in the government. The government should be doing this, right?
Much.
Who's in the which millionaire should be doing this? But you can just start it from your own personal initiative. It's a personal initiative. For you to start this, what did it take?
A lot.
Tell us about it.
First of all, as a teacher, it really helped me. As a teacher, you have to teach about 500 students. So handling just 10 people is no big deal. I had to bring in my motherly figure because I'm a mom. I've got 3 boys, and so I'll be able to shape them as a mother figure and as a mother hen, and then as an artist too. I know what the society wants, at least to an extent. You look at the plea from the society and you tell them now what to sing and what to sing about. And all to me is about moralization. You moralize them in either way. Being it gospel, being it societal music. Some people call it secular music. But to me, singing about love is no big deal. You can still sing love and you're still on track without being vulgar. So to me, handling aesthetic band is no big deal. So many people are like, Tiana, how do you do it? It's only by the grace of God and the fact that I have the zeal and just the ability to push through personally. Yeah, it takes a lot though. Let me not just talk as if it's beans. No, it's no beans. It's no beans, my dear. You need to put in a lot. You need time, patience, and when they are going naughty, you just have to calm down. If not, BP will just take you off. Yeah, no.
So it takes a lot,
No,
but you
it's
have
a whole lot.
You've been given the grace. God
I've
has
been given
granted you the grace.
That's it. If I really didn't love it, like have a passion for it, I wouldn't go in for it.
Okay.
Yeah, and the guys are doing so good. I'm so proud of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I really am.
Wonderful, wonderful.
you.
Let me go back to you, Jack.
Yes.
You've given, just before we get back to Transformers and everything, you've given, when you're giving your story, you mentioned something about you doing theology at some point.
Yes.
And you sort of did not make it.
Yes.
So why did you not make it to become a priest?
I've been asking, that question always come, and I want to start with the stereotype. As a, with Catholic training, if you go to, you want to become a priest, people think that if you leave because there are 3 vows in Catholic. We have chastity, obedience, and celibacy. But mostly they think that you don't make it because you got a lady maybe pregnant. So they say that they say, if people say, Jack left priesthood because I'll use another maybe a good name, that he got a nun, a Catholic sister. That's not the case. It's not about celibacy. The most I was taken out of the seminary because a bit of obedience. Because if you study philosophy, philosophy is just love of wisdom. And with theology, is just now getting to know what God wants. You know. So it's so much, you have a lot of knowledge. You know, if you have a lot of knowledge, you question everything. You be curious. And I was curious with my formator. I was asking him, bro, you know what? Our doctrine says that after novitiate, I have 6 months in the practice, then I need to get into to diaconate. Why is it not happening? So he told me, now, you are still young, I want to take you to DRC. I said, no, I can't do that. So it was a little bit of obedience that got me out of it. And I thought I've learned a lot of Socrates, you know, I know a lot of Aristotle, and I was so much. And I learned my lesson, because from there, from the building in Rome, and then you become, tomorrow you're in Nairobi, then you're in the village, you start from zero, and then you get yourself the slums, you know. It has been a journey, but I said, I keep pushing. It's a bit of obedience, not even the celebrity part of it. Yes.
So for you it was a matter of obedience because of, you know, your
knowledge.
curiosity.
Yes,
you
knowledge.
I
wanted to follow the strict. Yes. And it wasn't going well with formators, but I'm also feeling the same with my team. Sometimes I give them a leeway to learn, because I learned my lessons. Maybe you see, maybe ladies are in the slums, or the boys that they want to be so much. Maybe you have to tame them. You give them a chance. Tell them no. Sometimes you learn. Don't take things early. So to me, I said I didn't become a priest, a Catholic priest, yes. But what I'm doing is kind of, it was a calling. I didn't leave the road.
You did not leave. You're not too far from what it was. But
yes.
Is it still a desire, or you are now a family man?
No, I'm now a family man.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a daughter. Yeah, so I'm taking care of the family. But now priesthood, if my daughter would like to go to become a Catholic nun, well and good.
Okay.
And I would say I won't deter her. But when maybe she falls back, I'll welcome her, because I'm a victim of the same.
Okay. You'll give her the same grace.
Yes.
Now I think honestly we are all, you know, how God calls us, you know, as Christians, because we're all Christians here. Now we are told that we are a kingdom of priests and kings.
Yes.
So in our capacity, I believe that we are priests and we are kings.
Like Melchizedek in the Bible, so that we are all born to be, all of us we are born to be king and rulers. But now how you take it is what depends. And I'm saying even what you are doing is a service. Like what you are doing now, you are doing a service to the community. And like I say, even like now you are celebrating the Mashujaa. You are doing something. You are a Mashujaa, because not everybody has taken this seat to even have a chance to interrogate us. So you also are a Mashujaa. So that thing is really in you. So don't shy away from it.
All right.
That's true.
Wonderful. Yeah. But now let me ask you, Tiana, where does, you know, as even we're looking at the unsung heroes, the Shujas, because people are out here in the society and they're doing incredible works, like what you're doing, what the both of you are doing, yet they do not feel celebrated, rather, or they don't think they're all that, you know. They're not recognized enough. So what would you say to them, you know, for someone who's in that?
Patience. Everything takes time. It's just not a bed of roses for you to just pop up. Every great person on planet Earth took time. It's like you fall, you rise, you fall. The worst thing is for you to fall and stay there. So for you to fall is no big deal. It's how motivated you can be and you can become to rise again. And to uphold when you rise up is another big deal. So this life, it is just complicated. But now take your own roses and keep it. And when it falls, like it withers off, know that there's a reason for it and try to create more roses for yourself. Because people can only praise you and appraise you for what they see you put on. You understand? And your society can only appreciate what and how you see yourself. Because the people still have those you know, talents and gifts, but they don't know how to, you know, put it up. So it's just patience and time.
Patience and time. I saw Jack nodding.
Yeah, it's true. I know that because I've passed through that. You know, we are all in Kenya, and if I just jog your memory, in April we had a serious floods in Mathare slums. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
And after the floods, we had 15 people passed on that night because It was too much.
Fortunately, yeah.
And after that, we had a government directive that we need to demolish 30 meters. People were living along that riverbank. I would tell you, a lot of people were displaced. And it was a time that we called people to come and see. You'd see women, boys are not doing anything. I said, how would I hold? Because it was too much for me. How can I help the little I have? But I saw a possibility that wherever they are down, I told them just hold your heads high. And they held their heads high. They were demolished. Some went home, but still life is still continuing. Yeah. So we still believe that yes, you can fall. Anything can happen to you today. But how you get your up and move, that is what happened to me. I felt on a single night at around 9:30 in Rome. And the following day I was in Nairobi. I thought I had friends,
Oh, you were in Rome at that time?
Yes, I was in Rome. I was studying theology in Rome. So after that, things came and I started from zero. But I didn't take the fall. To me, it was a learning curve. You need to learn. But in my head, I said, I want to do something that will be good for a community. So what I'm doing there is just, as much as it's making me happy, I'm doing something in memory of these two people that I really love. Because if I see you, because maybe I see you in my sister in you, I see her, my mom in her, I see mother, and that's what I do this thing. But I said, not all of us, we are not only focusing on women, we also need to focus on boys, because it's kind of girl child has been empowered so much, and boy child is just down. So if you come now to like in Madara with a carpentry center, it's consists of men. Most of them are men. So because they are the energy, and I tell them, let's do this thing. So it's not how you fall, it's how you start. I started to transform. It's only 20 shillings. Okay. Kenyan shilling. That is.
How?
It was an idea. I was there. I wanted to start this organization, but I only had 20 shillings in my pocket. I called my friends. Let's come and start these things. And I told them my idea. And in a span of 3 weeks, we were able to raise 5,000 for the registration of a CBO.
Wow.
But in my pocket that day, I only had 20 shillings. And do you know, let me just jog it by bike. When I was in Madare, I came with a 2 degree, one in philosophy and one in theology. So leave alone the certificate I had in IT. So my friend that we were in the school with him, in the village, who is one who hosted me, he was a security guard. And he didn't have a wife, I didn't have a wife. So he would give, every morning when he leaves to work, he would give me 20 shillings. That was for my breakfast and lunch.
Wow.
Because he was spending...
20 shillings is less than $1.
It's less than $1. It's less than $1. It's like 2-cent dollar.
Yeah.
So this was for my breakfast and lunch. In the evening, he would come with 50 shillings, and then that's what we share. So that day, when he left 20 shillings in Saturday, I said, no, let me think, what can I do? So the idea came when I only had 20 shillings.
Wow.
But now I have 8 tailoring machines. That for the women. I have a fully functioning workshop. You see, I have laptops that I use for training. But the idea started with only 20 shillings. So it means that if you don't look at where you are, just keep pushing. And I hope in the next few years or few months we'll be able to spread our wings and get more people into our course. Maybe one day we'll reach Cameroon as an organization.
I love that.
Maybe God just brought it together for this.
It ended well.
It's amazing.
And he told me out there that he's been to Yaoundé in Cameroon, and I was so happy.
Wow.
At least we can relate.
It's pepe in their country.
Powerful pepper.
Means too much pepper.
Cameroon pepper.
I think I would do well because I love
Oh, that's good. That's great, Cindy. That's so good.
Wonderful. Let me ask you, Tiana, have you ever, when you're doing such amazing work, and I say it's purpose because God has put it in you, right? Yeah. It's something that God places in you, and you do not know why, but it just disturbs you when you see some wrong happening, or you see that this should be done this way and it's not being done that way, right? So for you, how did that calling come? How did that thing start in you for you to say, finally, I'm doing this and I'm not backing down. This is my calling.
I love that question because each time I want to go crazy, God, stay here.
This is where I
Come
want
and
you
stay
to be.
here. I rise, I fall. But at the end of the day, I've gone through my own trials and tribulations, health-wise, my personal life and all. But it's only been God all along, you understand? And I have this personal feeling towards people, towards anyone. It can be, I can do you good, you do me bad. That's only your problem. Because God knows how it rotates the the evil things we do, it all comes back to you. And we call it in grammar karma. You understand?
Yeah.
So now, to me, I believe the good we do, it pays off. And when you're nice to people, and when you're nice to your community, your society, I think those are some of the attributes of the 10 Commandments God gave us. You know, love your neighbor as yourself, don't steal, don't tell lies, and all of that. If you walk towards the path, I think you're walking towards, you know, your way, towards the right path, you know, leading yourself. And now, to me, I have been a ruffian, like, not ruffian, like taking weed and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I don't do that. I don't do that. But, you know, I've been keeping a company where if you tell me don't go there, those people are bad, I want to go there and see how bad they can be. Because I know if I counsel you, trust me. And that's where I began to say I have that gift of talking. I can talk to you and heal you internally, your pain. I might not, they always say if you want to talk to me, give me money. That solves my problem. Sometimes you have the money, it doesn't solve your problem.
Exactly.
Am I lying?
No,
At times you have the
true.
money, you still sit and the problems are still clicking in your head. Like, what am I going to do? That is not all about it. You need someone to talk to you and heal you internally. So to bring back life. You understand? So I have that gift. I had it as a calling. So many of my cousins talk to me about it. My friends, you know, good friends. And I can quite remember when I was in high school, some of my friends were smoking. And I was a lone girl because I always loved being around me. That's why we can relate. You understand? And God gave me 3 boys.
Yeah.
I have 3 boys. Yeah, and in my band, there are more boys
Than
girls.
ladies. Okay.
So the ladies will always tell me, Mom, why do you, because they call me Mom, Mom, why do you love Brandzio? Why do you love Lee West more than you love me, Stephanie? Why? Because these boys need love. They need to be loved. So I really applaud you for that.
Thank you.
It's a good one. You understand? So I think we need to show more love and kindness to the men and the male children or the kids out there who are boys, because they really need to be looked up to, look after, because they have there's this thing that clouds their mind, like you love the girl child more than the boy child. Now God gave me 3 sons. What am I to do with them? If not love them
You love
and
them.
counsel them, because
Yeah.
if you go towards that path, I've been there, not acting like that, but seeing what the men and the male people do. And if you go towards that path, you're just zooming for your own failure. So to me, it's just been a gift.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I've picked something from that, you know, for people who are not sure what their purpose is, you know, it comes from the gift that you have. It's something that people even point out from you.
I'm an extrovert, so I easily relate.
You can easily relate
I'm
to
an
people.
extrovert.
Yeah.
I easily relate. Yeah, but your energy must be like aligned to mine.
It has to match.
Don't come with your negative energy. I keep you aside and I go and
protect your
walk.
space.
I protect my space. Thank you, sweetie. I protect my space. That's it, because I don't want you to come with your poisonous energy towards my path, because I want it that, you know, I'm a jovial person. Yeah, I don't go that way.
Okay.
Whatever the matter is, I just think it's God's path, and we need to work towards it because we are wired that way. It's not our making being on earth. It's all by the soul hands of God.
Wow,
Yeah.
wonderful. I
Amen.
love that. And, you know, so it's the gifting that you had, it's the drive, you know, what that thing, that passion that you had. And for you, it's even mostly in boys.
Yeah,
the boy
mostly in
child, you've
boys.
been surrounded by them.
Mostly in boys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Let me ask you, Jack, have you ever, in your journey now,
Yes.
because you've spoken of the trials that come, you know, your way through it, and have you ever thought of giving up at some point? And if so, then what made you not give up?
Yeah, there's a point in life that you feel like giving up. And sometimes, you know, example, when I work now as a software developer, sometimes I even sleep at 1 or 2 p.m. I'm looking at codes, you know, I feel, why must I do it? Because, and I have a project. Like now, I have one other thing that I do also is a scholarship. I provide scholarship for, currently I'm at 40 kids who are in slums. So I pay from them their school fees. And I've gotten like an application of 200. Where do I get people to support? I feel, why did I even start this program? It is overwhelming. But as much as I do it, I keep pushing. I get myself, people just come. They say, let me get this one. 2 weeks ago, I was with a friend who visited us at Mudurwa with the street boys, you know. They literally cried. And then from there, people, we were just providing food for the street boys. They were saying, how human are we? The government spending, aside, we've looted 1 billion. If you look at the audit report, a lot of billions have been looted. But there are kids on the street that cannot even afford basic food. No. We said, this is not right. I went to Dandora slums, the Dandora dump site. A boy was just collecting very dirty rags and just getting the food from the dump site to be able to eat. I said, no, this is not right. We took the boy out and said, let's eat this thing. We are now trying to get him. I got it, Dad. We want to take him to school. Wow. Those are things that makes me happy. It's not about the money. It's just the fulfillment that I see. There's a time I had 20 shillings. I would have given up. But now I have a little knowledge that I am to do. Why can't I use what I have to support people? So giving up has never been my problem. Has never been. So I said this: if you come to the organization, our organization, we have written some very good word there. So we said, you only lose when you give up. Yeah. Remember, this 1,000 times. That is the written so well. You only lose when you give up.
So
when you give up.
When you keep going, you still
remember this. How many times? 1,000 times. So when you think of losing, you remember that if you give up, you lose. So that has been our mantra at the organization. So we keep, even if we fall today, we know tomorrow will be good. So losing up has never been our protege. So we're looking at keep doing it. It's the lessons that you think you don't really lose. You've learned something. Yes. So as long as you don't stay down. But no, if you lose your parent at a tender age, you're in class 6, you lose a parent. I lost my dad when I was 3 years, Oh. So losing my sister, my mom and a sister in class 6 and 7, means that you are totally orphan. You get from all the way from the western part of Siaya, get yourself into Homa Bay, then you are staying with your grandmom, and how many kids are you there? You are 12 of you. So what can make you fulfill your life? You have to be very bright. And it's only education that made me who I am today. So I have to give back. If I gave up on education, my uncle who taught me, who took care of my school fees, we were me and his son. When I started my KCP in 2000, I got more marks than his son. But he started me, told me, he called me my brother, my boy. I want you to go and repeat. Maybe you can go to Sarai Boys, but I'll take your cousin to Form 1. Then next year I'll consider you. I had no option. I had to repeat, but I had more marks than him. But I said it's okay. Let me do it. And when I passed, I excelled in another exam. He was able now to take me through. And upon completion, I was supposed to come and do laws in Nairobi University, but the priest came and said, "Yo, don't do that. Join the university and go the direction of priesthood." I was quick to go there. And I thought I'm going to make it in life, to priesthood. I didn't make it. But now I'm doing something.
I think God wanted you to be here, because who would be doing what you're doing now? So somehow God redirects our steps. And I want to throw that to you, Tiana. What is a place of God? Because you've spoken a lot, on God guiding the path and everything. What is a place of God in all this for you, and even for people who are doing transformative things, these heroes in the society?
Us being alive is a reason for us to glorify Him every day. And the place for me where I think I need to hold God high esteem is the fact that me breathing is grace. It's a miracle. People want to see their miracles like having big fat bank accounts. My grace is coming from God, and me seeing the people have tried to, take through the right path to an extent, because we are all not perfect. I can be calling it the right path. Meanwhile, I'm also derailed and derailing the children. So what I'm trying to see here is knowing fully well that the right path is what you and I know. I think is me thanking God for guidance, protection, and giving me the wisdom to be able to uphold His children. Because had it been my mom gave up on me, I wouldn't be seated here. Wow. Because I was so nonchalant, but not so naughty. But I was just trying to be everywhere but nowhere. Okay. So I'm really thanking my mom, I call her Nana, for her time, her patience. And when I hear him, Mr. Jack, telling us that he lost out on his parents when he was way younger, then I still need to go down on my knees and thank God for my parents. Wow. Because they are both alive, my siblings are all alive, I must have lost out on 1 or 2 uncles, but we still thank God for everything. And I think that's how God is in my life. Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. So God plays a critical role.
Yeah.
He's actually the everything.
Yeah, the everything.
Because if
everything.
you were not breathing, then what would be happening?
Look at me.
Nothing.
Who am
Look
I
at-
to be on KBC?
Yeah.
We're talking about facts now.
You know?
Do you know how many people want to be here? I called it hot seat, but to me it's getting warmer now.
It's getting warmer, you
Yeah, I think I'm finding it very okay.
see? Okay.
Yeah, it's grace.
Wonderful.
It's grace. Some
It's-
people really find it so hard, but it's still grace.
Wow. Wow. Wonderful. I want to throw the same question to
Yes.
you, Jack. What do you think is the place of God in what you're doing to where you are now?
And I have to be grateful for God because he destined that I had to go to the training because until today, maybe I would have been atheist. And yeah, I didn't believe in him, but I also believe in what he has done so far. Because just imagine you being able to, or in your lifetime, you're able to meet presidents of the nations when you're in Rome. You're able to sit down with Pope Benedict, and if they come into your community, you sit with them. Ministers are just normal, and a single day you end up being in slum. Nobody even cares. Nobody knows you.
Nobody cares
And
that you were in Rome.
Yes,
you were
they don't know you. If all your friends that you studied with all leave you, if you even make a phone calls, they're not even. You know, when you are out, if you are doing good, people, you have a lot of contacts. You know, you come back. You know, take a lot of alcohol. You know, you celebrate. But I thank God that in all these things I don't take alcohol, but it's by design. Because I was in a place that I could be able to take this. But when my mom, before my mom died, there's an uncle of mine who took a bed. You know, the steel bed that we have, the steel beds.
Bed.
Yeah, the beds. My dad, when he died, he left a lot of steel bed, and one of these steel bed was for he took for our dad, and then the uncle just took the small part of it, that part, you know, the longer and toward the leg, so he broke it. And my mom wanted to sleep on that. She took the bed, and we were all sleeping on the floor. And my mom asked my uncle, "Can you just try and get the bed so that I can sleep with my kid? I don't want to sleep on the floor." What he did, he took the other part of it and hit my mom here, because he came when he was drunk, and I was still young. I almost cried. I wanted even to crush the guy. But I told God when I was still young, I was in class 4, I told myself, God, in life, don't allow me to take alcohol because of what I see. If I take alcohol, I can kill somebody. So that's why I don't drink. And if I do this thing, there's a lot of things. I said, God has helped me. I would be very worst. And if you look at what I used to be, and even until today, and what I'm doing in the slums, or my projection I want to do in the village, it's just because God has been the center of my life. Because I've lost hope. I've tried a lot of things, but He has guided me. And when I see, like, if I see, there's a woman that in our first cohort that used to go to Isili, you know Isili so well, washing those clothes, and in a month being given 3,000 as a month. But I took this woman and trained her on tailoring, and now we are selling our products even into service center. At the end of the month, she can able to get 10 or 15,000 of that. I've also sponsored one of the kids, going to schools. How do you feel? Somebody who just started with 20 shillings.
Satisfying.
With 20 shillings. That's satisfying, right?
Right.
So as I say, there's a God that has able me to
Enabled
be
you to
here.
get
Even
there.
to be here, I'm here because of why not? There are people who would like to be here, but God has destined that we meet you. I didn't know that I'll meet her here, but it's God that has. So I place God as center of whatever I do.
Wow. I mean, this is lovely. Divine orchestration. God does things. We don't understand. You know, and what is a place? Because when, even as Christians,
Yes.
Christians are human beings,
Yes.
and unless you're submitted, then there's that. You get to a place where you now take the glory, because God is very, God is very protective of His glory. Put it like that, So if you know, you getting to the levels you've gotten to, and you're still saying, this is by God's grace. I wouldn't have been here if not God. You know, some people say, you get to a place where like, I did this, you know, it's by my, yes, it's by your efforts, but again, it's by grace. What keeps you grounded? What keeps you humble? You know, to know that this is God. You know, if God leaves me, this thing will fall. Let me give glory to God at the end of the day. Let me ask you.
To be honest, humility is not stupidity. You can be as humble as whatever and still have everything. People just feel like, because I have everything, I don't need to be humble. I think the best way to stay unique is to be humble, because you tend to achieve a lot. But people feel when you're humble, you're stupid. I have this sister of mine, Jackie Biney. She's so humble, but then people always think she is maybe foolish or stupid, but God always paved her a way for her, and you know, everything moves good for her. She's Kenyan.
Okay.
You understand? She's an artist and everything.
So her name again?
Jackie Biney.
Jackie Biney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baini. Jackie Biney. Yeah, from time to time you will get to know her because she's an artist.
Okay. Wonderful. So
And
humility is not stupidity.
yeah, humility. She's the most humble person I've seen. And I think she's more of a sister to me. If I were to be asked, who is your Kenyan friend? I would rather say I don't have a friend.
Oh,
I have a sister.
you have a sister.
Because she's so humble, down to earth, and she's a gospel artist too. And her voice is so versatile and it's really soothing to the ears. And I think she's going to be enchanting to many people. So she's going to heal souls.
Wow.
Yeah. So to me, music, it communicates. And before you get anything, stay humble. Yeah.
If you get anything, stay
Stay
humble.
humble.
Humility.
Even the best people you know, the big names, big fat bank accounts, and you know, trust me, do research. They're humble.
They're humble
They're
people.
humble people.
It's interesting when you'd meet people who are just rising or on their way and they want to be recognized. But when you meet some CEOs, you wouldn't even know that they're CEOs.
That's
they're
it.
very humble.
There's so much in like
Yeah.
him. Look at him.
You know,
Who would
yeah,
know?
very simple.
But someone who has no platform personality will be in tuxedo.
Yeah, they want to make a statement.
Don't look at me. I'm in my own suit and pants.
You're
But I'm humble.
yeah, and it
In a
doesn't
good
mean you.
t-shirt and
Yeah,
good pants.
you
He's
just
humble.
you just do your style.
you.
You
I'm
know,
just doing my style.
and
I'm
you-
a professional
yeah.
designer and stuff. Yeah.
Wonderful. And maybe you will sing for us before we close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll get something from you.
Okay.
Before that, let me
All
ask
right.
you, Jack.
Yes.
Now, again, just the same question, really. How do you not let pride come in? Because for many people, especially if you're doing philanthropic work, then you might go on to think, I am a very good person, you know. I have helped this number of people, I've done this and that. So, and of course you'll get praises, you know, because people will acknowledge your work. But how does this not get to your head? And you think that now you are a god, because you might almost get to a place where you feel like you're a god. Now people depend on you and everything. So what keeps you where you are?
Okay, one thing that as a person, now you're doing what, as a person, you need to be, I say humility, but I said you should be human. Human means you need to have a level of understanding. Above all that you accumulate, where is a place of peace in your heart? Because peace does not come with pride. Peace does not come with arrogance. Peace comes with understanding. You know, if you get a chance to read Noel Munro's book, Purpose, Understanding Purpose, it'll tell you need to understand your purpose in life. So when you got to know what you do, do it knowing that you are doing, like St. Augustine said of Hippo. I'm sorry, because I have to go back to my knowledge in Christ. He said that God, help me understand, help me to know you. For in knowing you, I know myself.
Okay.
So that is what drives me. So tell everybody, just tell God, help me to know you. If you know God, you know yourself. You get it? So if you know God, God does not need like pride, just being arrogant, being elegant doesn't make sense. How many people have billions but they're just losing them? And me, I would say what I've done so far in my life, I still say that I am. And sorry today, I went to put a suit. I said, most people know me that I just do this. This is what I do.
People know
So
me as
that
you.
it's normal. Yeah, it's me. And as though where we come from, we are associated with kind of those pedigree of prideness. But my
Luo, yeah, there's a Luo, like there's a community Luo there associated.
Okay.
yes,
Alright.
yeah, we come from which are with a lot of pride. But having just look, I was in a place that I would do everything, but I just failed one time. So I've learned my step, each and every step. Whether and I'm not expecting that even tomorrow people will praise me today, tomorrow, but ultimately I'm looking at my vision. My vision is to be able to have a happy, healthy, and a peaceful society. That's my end. If I do that, I'll be happy and leave a legacy that somebody will remember that I did something for the good of the humanity. That was that I'll say.
Okay, so your legacy would be ideally you have done good for humanity.
Yes.
That's the kind of legacy you would
Yes.
want. What about you, Tiana? What legacy would you want
Aesthetic
to leave?
band.
Aesthetic
I
band.
think they should go with me and the idea of how I want music to be, you know, because the society needs good music. Yeah, I think that was the only, because we are both philosophers, that was the only means of escape to the black slaves.
Yeah.
Go do your research, you'll discover that the best musicians, songwriters are blacks, because that was their only source of escape of pain. Yeah.
So music can heal,
It
you know, and you
heals.
and
It
you,
does.
you,
It
you
does.
said that when you were starting here.
Yeah.
When people have gone through tough times, you know, you just put on some music and you just find yourself getting healed by it,
Yeah.
and you don't
Those
understand.
words are being sung and you think they're singing to you. Why? Because it communicates. It communicates. It has a way of, you know, perpetrating, taking off pain
Yeah.
from your spirit. Because this thing, we are spiritual beings and we need to go with the whole thing. And when you listen to good music, I'm not just talking about any kind of music.
Good
You
music.
listen to good moral songs with high quality lyrics. And that's why you have some good artists who only write without singing. There's some who sing without writing. There are some who are just there to look like you and some other people who don't sing, but they want to be critics. You understand?
Yeah.
And when you criticize, some people feel bad, but to me, I feel uplifted because I know where I'm going wrong and how to, you know, be on track. So music to me is everything. And as he said, pride goes before a fall.
Yeah.
That saying, it's not the wrong thing. It's just what it is. Yeah, we should be human and humanly possible to acknowledge our mistakes and our flaws to be
Okay.
able to grow bigger.
So even with our titles and the levels where we are, we still go wrong. So it's that
Yeah, we
taking, acknowledging that we are wrong and accepting correction that we are able to be better and
Yeah.
move from
It
that.
only depends on the manner of approach in which you're being told you're wrong.
Okay.
Don't come and tell me to my face what you have done is wrong and you are younger. I'll tell you to your face, be quiet.
So that's your nature, you people. It's different from Kenyans. Yes,
Kenyans.
Kenyans will be a bit a bit will study you. Yeah, but you people just tell you no, don't, you can go.
They're very
I
straight.
can remember the other day I was telling my sister that I wouldn't look for a means of escape. I'm wrong. It's okay. Why? Because, you know, escaping from the fact, you know, it's a lie. You will just discover yourself finding another lie to cover up the previous lie.
Lie.
And you're heading nowhere.
Exactly. Lie on lie and lie.
Yeah, yeah.
You-
So it is just a fact. When you're wrong, admit and heal and see how you can, you know, find a way to garnish the whole thing to be on track.
All right,
Yeah.
wonderful. Now, before we close, I just want to get your vision for what you're doing for both of you. Let me go with you, Jack. You have been doing a lot. You have told us about now Transformers and what you're doing to empower them in terms of educating them, coding, and even now you're providing scholarship for others to empower them in education. What is your vision?
I would say my vision would be, let me repeat it. My vision is to have a community, a happy, healthy, and a peaceful society. That is the vision. If I have a happy, healthy, and a peaceful society, that would be really nice. And bring people of goodwill to support the cause, because they said you can't do alone. So we say together we can achieve this. And just a reminder, you know, I don't know why I like St. Augustine. He said that if you sing, you know, if you praise God, it's like you're praying twice.
Yeah.
So if you
praise God, it's
yeah,
like
if you
you're praying
sing,
twice.
by singing you praise God twice. So
Twice.
you pray twice.
Okay,
So that's
also.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't know whether you've been to meditation, if you have those songs, leave alone the kapupa that no, let me just don't say that, but there are some songs, the genre of some music that are not therapeutical. But there are music if you just, even if I play